Go Big V, it is our weekly wrap here with our senior women. We're going to go through Championship, Div 1 and Div 2 kick. Starting it already, Wyndham got the win away from home against McKinnon, 87-64. As usual, you could say, was the Pascal show as she neared a triple-double with 23, 11 rebounds and 9 assists. But it was great to see some other contributors here, right?
Yeah, I thought with Diani and Naniev being out of the picture at the moment, I'm not sure where she is, but it was really good to see Lauren Jones step up with 19 points and 4 of 9 from the three-point line, so she doesn't mind getting it up. And then Sarah Bennett as well, contributing 15 points as well. But Wyndham is showing that they are not just reliant on their best players, but they have depth and they have other players who can step up on any given night.
Yeah, 100%. Brianna Gray had a very nice game, 19 points to go with her 10 rebounds. Emily Suckling, quiet here, just not connecting sort of anywhere, 3 of 11 from the field, 0 of 2 from three-point land. She did walk away with 6 assists to go with her 9 points, but just more of a quiet game from her.
Yeah, it was good to see her getting her other teammates involved when her shot wasn't necessarily dropping. And,
absolutely.
With Cassie Hill dropping 13 and Lee Birch having 10 herself. So good to see when a shooter isn't necessarily getting it going, she's able to get her teammates involved in the game.
Yeah, without a doubt. Camberwell were unable to get it done against Hume, 74-55. Camberwell struggling now as some of their players have, no, I'm not going to say disappeared because they're on holidays or
they've disappeared, Ted. They've headed over to Europe to enjoy the sun, and it's left them decimated at the moment, unfortunately. It's good to see their young players are getting an opportunity, but at the moment, it's making for a long back end of the season for the Dragons at the moment.
Yeah.
But well done to Hume. They're a young side themselves. Alexandra McKellar stepped up in this one to lead them to a good 19-point win.
Absolutely. Sherbrooke got the win against Sunbury, 85-72. Good job by Sunbury there to keep it quite competitive. A team that sort of struggled quite extensively at the start of the year, but they're finding form. They're making games a lot more competitive here, especially against the likes of Portia Pool and Alicia Carline, who just seem to get it done week in, week out.
Yeah, and don't forget Tanea Soalo, who facilitates for this team. 11 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists and 5 steals, if you don't mind, Ted. It was just a big last quarter from Sherbrooke that got them over the line. I think they won the last quarter by 11 points. And
18-7.
But tell you what, Sunbury are one of those teams. They just knocked off McKinnon by 15 last week, and they're one of those teams who are improving in the back end of the year, which will be really pleasing heading towards that 2024 season.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 of their 5 starters finishing in double figures, so they can get the job done here. Mark's about to sneeze. Well, if you hear it then do apologise. But no, we'll move on. Bulleen got the win over Hume, 67-54. Bontempelli was quiet here, not again one of her massive games as we know she can get. But it was Dearborn who had 20 points to go with her 8 rebounds and 4 steals.
Yeah, Dearborn's been fantastic this season, and I think everyone sort of knows about Bontempelli and what she can do. But you look at the amount of contributors across the board. Ali Keating off the bench with 10 points. They've got a number of people who can step up on any given night, which makes them really dangerous as we head towards finals.
100%. Emma Pov played a pretty good game herself with a 16 points. She went 2 from 4 from three-point lane, got to the free throw line 5 times and made 4 of them. So the MVP from VYC Women 2022, making an impact in this Hume team. A good future.
Yeah.
It is a good future.
Yeah, they've got a fairly young roster, so I think they've just got to be patient and stick it out. And, Keona Lee had a quieter weekend. You wouldn't expect that to happen 2 weekends in a row.
Absolutely. Division 1 women here, a very, very close combated league here as we go through the list. Warrnambool got the win over Mildura away from home, 77-73. A few bodies missing there, so a great win for Warrnambool.
They'll be stoked with that win. Missing Mia Mills at point and missing Amy Wormold. So certainly not 2 starters out of the roster and they win by 4 in Mildura. That's a great win for them.
Absolutely. Chelsea got the win 69 to Melbourne University 58. Very, very close battle there. Melbourne Uni sort of finding form in the last recent weeks, just unable to get it done there. Bellarine got the win 82 over Craigieburn 74 at home. A very nice win, comfortable win for them. To then see Altona get the win 78 over Western Port 67.
Yeah, Western Port, a little bit concerning. They had probably not the weekend they'd hoped for. They would have loved to get their season back on track. Rachel Warnsborough was huge across the weekend, earning herself a spot on the starting 5.
Yes.
League starting 5 this week. With in this one, she had 15 points and 17 rebounds. And Mastalone, 20 points in this one, but it was just sort of the firepower across the board from Altona. There wasn't just one person getting it done. They had 5 score over 13 points or more. That's incredibly hard to defend.
Yeah, it really is. Really is. Jessica Rarity finished with 7 points, but her contribution elsewhere was intoxicating. Really, her 7 rebounds and her 4 assists as well. Like, huge contribution from her.
Yeah, and you'd be pretty pleased with Alicia Carden-David coming back into the lineup off the bench. 15 points to go with their 12 rebounds.
Yeah.
They're looking pretty strong heading into the back end of the year.
Absolutely. Division 2 women here now, just the 3 games. But the first one here is massive. RMIT got the win 70 over Surf Coast 57.
Huge upset here. One of the upsets of the round. Jasmine Host was brilliant. 28 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. She was just absolutely everywhere. And then you look off the bench, you have Ashley Wright, 18 points and 5 boards to go with her, 2 assists, 2 steals. But, like, what a huge result for RMIT to keep the spirits high heading towards the back end of the year. And, you know, they just took care of the basketball.
Value of possession.
Only 3 turnovers as a team, which, outstanding effort. And Coach Angeles will be pretty happy with that.
Absolutely. Value possession, number one thing. Now, Surf Coast was unable to find the bottom of the ring by the looks of it, just shooting 27% from the field here. Jessica Scannell played the full game, had 15 points to go with her 22 rebounds. Very, very impressive there.
Missing the scoring power of Courtney Hollywood, though, Ted. So, no doubt that's where their scoring took a hit.
100%. Wallen got the win away from home, 72 to 63. A very, very good win for Wallen as they continue to be sort of one of the powerhouses in this league with an MVP candidate at the helm.
Yeah, Kyla Collins, huge again, 34 points, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. She absolutely carried this Wallen team, and we shouldn't sell the other Wallen team members short. They've had some huge games, and to be fair, they spread the scoring load pretty well with 8, 6, 7, 9. So they share the rest of the load. It's just Kyla Collins probably does majority of the finishing, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what an import sort of role is. Like, you got to come into a team and you got to prove your worth, and a stat sheet is essentially their resume.
Exactly.
Yeah. Moving on to our last game here for the weekend. Gippsland got the win over RMIT. Apologies for the laughter. Mark is trying to hold this sneeze back, but Gippsland did get a win over RMIT. Very quite comfortable here. Jasmine Host had another good game, 21 points to go with her, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals. But it was, the combination of Gippsland's, just raw scoring power and, ability to just get the game done, get it done. Always. Miller with 19 points, Tuplin with 12, Arneson with 13. Alana Allison came off the bench with 13 of her own to go with her 8 rebounds. So just a great game across the board from all of them.
Yeah, really good team effort and good shooting percentages across the board, which they'll be happy with. And shout out to Crystal Arneson, who had 13 points, 5 assists to go with a whopping 7 steals. So
Huge.
Did a bit of everything, and she was brilliant in 26 minutes of play.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be all for us today, guys. Enjoy your week.